As you begin to bring your attention inward, notice how effortlessly awareness can settle into the body. You don't have to force anything, and you don't have to make anything happen. Simply allow your attention to arrive, as if you are gently greeting an old friend. The body has been with you through every moment of your life, quietly adapting, responding, learning, and restoring itself in ways that rarely require conscious effort. Long before the thinking mind tries to understand or control the process, the body already knows how to return to balance. Feel into the subtle intelligence that lives beneath sensation. This intelligence is not loud or dramatic. It does not rush or demand. It works patiently, continuously, in rhythms that are older than thought. When you become aware of your breath, your heartbeat, the quiet weight of your body resting here, you begin to sense this deeper order at work. Healing is not something the body needs to be taught. It is something it remembers when given the space and attention to do what comes naturally. Many of us have learned to live from the neck up, trusting thoughts more than sensations, effort more than ease. Yet the body speaks a language of feeling, of vibration, of subtle cues that guide it back toward harmony. When you listen without judgment, without the urge to correct or improve, the body responds by softening. Muscles release their grip. Breathing becomes fuller. Circulation improves. These are not actions you are taking. They are responses arising from awareness itself. As attention settles into the body, notice how there is an inherent sense of coherence. Each cell carries the memory of wholeness, the blueprint of balance. Even when stress, illness, or emotional strain appear, that underlying intelligence never disappears. It simply waits for conditions that allow it to express itself again. Awareness is one of those conditions. Presence creates permission. In this gentle meeting between attention and sensation, the body recognizes that it is safe to return to its natural rhythm. You may notice sensations that feel neutral, pleasant, or even uncomfortable. There is no need to label or interpret them. Simply acknowledge what is present. The act of noticing without resistance begins to restore communication between mind and body. This is how trust is rebuilt. Not through control, but through relationship. The body responds to kindness far more deeply than it responds to force. As awareness continues to deepen, you might sense that healing is not an event but a process unfolding moment by moment. The body is constantly adjusting, balancing temperature, regulating hormones, repairing tissues, calming the nervous system. These processes become more efficient when attention is relaxed and open. When the mind stops interfering, the body remembers how to coordinate itself with precision and grace. There is wisdom in slowing down enough to feel what is happening within you. In that slowing, you move out of the future and the past and into the present moment, where the body lives. The present is where intelligence operates most clearly. It is where healing occurs naturally without effort. When awareness rests here, the body does not feel pressured to perform. It simply begins to align. You may begin to notice a sense of subtle flow, as if energy is moving more freely. This is not something to chase or analyze. It is a sign that attention and physiology are working together again. When awareness inhabits the body fully, the mind becomes quieter and the body becomes more responsive. This partnership allows the innate healing response to function without obstruction. Allow yourself to rest in this experience of embodied awareness. Let the body feel seen, heard, and trusted. In this state, healing is not something you seek, it is something that unfolds. The intelligence within you has always known the way back to balance, and by listening now, you are giving it exactly what it needs to begin. As awareness continues to deepen, you may begin to notice areas of the body that feel tight, heavy, or quietly guarded. These sensations are not problems to be solved. They are simply places where energy has been held for a long time. The body stores experiences not as stories, but as patterns of tension. Long after the mind has moved on, the body remembers through contraction, shallow breath, or subtle resistance. When you bring gentle attention to these places, something important begins to shift. There is no need to go searching for tension. Whatever needs to be noticed will naturally rise into awareness. Perhaps it appears in the shoulders, the jaw, the chest, or the belly. Wherever it shows up, allow your attention to rest there without judgment. You are not trying to release the tension, you are allowing it to be felt. This distinction matters because the body releases what it feels safe to let go of, not what it is forced to abandon. As you stay present, notice how the simple act of awareness begins to soften the edges of discomfort. The nervous system responds to observation by easing its grip. Muscles that have been bracing unconsciously begin to loosen not because you told them to, but because they no longer need to protect. Tension often forms as a response to perceived threat, physical, emotional, or psychological. When awareness arrives with calm and curiosity, the body receives a new message: the moment is safe. Breath naturally deepens when tension is acknowledged rather than resisted. You may feel the inhale gently expanding into areas that once felt restricted, and the exhale carrying away what no longer needs to be held. This is not a technique, it is a natural response. The body knows how to unwind when it is no longer interrupted by effort or control. Healing unfolds through allowing, not striving. You might notice subtle movements, small adjustments, spontaneous sighs, or shifts in posture. These are signs that the body is recalibrating itself. When tension dissolves, energy becomes available again. Areas that felt dull or numb may begin to awaken. Sensation returns, circulation improves, and the system finds a more efficient way to organize itself. All of this happens quietly, beneath conscious thought. Sometimes emotional residue is stored alongside physical tension. As awareness opens these spaces, feelings may briefly surface: sadness, relief, warmth, or even gratitude. There is no need to analyze these experiences. The body processes emotion through sensation and movement, not explanation. By staying present, you allow this natural completion to occur. What was once held begins to pass through, and what remains is a sense of lightness and clarity. As tension releases, you may realize how much energy has been spent on holding the breath, holding the posture, holding the story. When these efforts dissolve, the body enters a state of efficiency. Less effort is required to simply be. In this state, healing processes operate more freely. The immune response strengthens, digestion improves, sleep deepens, and emotional balance restores itself without conscious direction. Notice how peace is not something added to the body. It is what remains when unnecessary tension is released. Calm is the natural baseline of the system when it is not defending, resisting, or anticipating. By meeting tension with awareness instead of force, you return the body to its original state of ease. Allow this sense of release to spread naturally, without expectation. Trust that whatever is ready to soften will do so in its own time. The body does not rush healing, and it never wastes effort. Each moment of awareness is an invitation to let go, and in letting go, the body remembers how to return to balance.